In 2025, wars aren't fought just with soldiers and tanks. They're fought underground, where secret bunkers shield command centers, weapon stockpiles, and critical intelligence. These fortresses, buried deep beneath layers of concrete and earth, are designed to be untouchable. But what if I told you the US has developed a weapon so precise and powerful it can pierce through 10 meters of reinforced concrete or 45 meters of compacted earth with devastating accuracy? The evolution of bunker-busting bombs. Which brings us to World War II, a time when warfare was rapidly evolving and the need for specialized weapons was becoming increasingly clear. One such invention was the earthquake bomb, also known as the blockbuster bomb. This massive, 22,000-pound weapon was no ordinary bomb. It was a game changer. Designed by the British Royal Air Force, its primary purpose was to penetrate and destroy heavily fortified German structures. This bomb wasn't about creating chaos on the surface. Its goal was to dig deep, disrupt foundations, and bring down even the most secure fortifications. One of the most famous targets of the earthquake bomb was the German battleship Tirpitz, a giant of the seas and a symbol of Nazi military strength. Hidden in a fjord and surrounded by defensive measures, the Tirpitz was considered untouchable. But the earthquake bomb proved otherwise. Its massive size, combined with its ability to penetrate deep into defenses, made short work of the ship, marking a turning point in the war. The success of these bombs wasn't just about destruction. It was about sending a clear message that no fortress, no matter how impenetrable it seemed, was truly safe. As the decades rolled on, the idea of bunker-busting weapons didn't fade. Instead, it evolved. Fast forward to 1999. During NATO's bombing campaign in Serbia, this was a modern conflict, and the stakes were high. Underground military facilities, hidden from conventional attacks, became prime targets. Enter the next generation of bunker-busting bombs. These weapons weren't just about brute force anymore. They were smarter, more precise. NATO used them to dismantle Serbia's hidden networks of bunkers and underground command centers, proving once again that bunker-busting technology was an indispensable tool in modern warfare. Then came the early 2000s, a time of significant military campaigns in Afghanistan and Iraq. You might remember hearing about the hunt for underground command centers, weapon stockpiles, and even leadership figures hiding in fortified bunkers. In these conflicts, bunker-busting bombs took center stage. They weren't just destroying physical targets. They were disrupting entire networks of communication and control, effectively crippling the enemy's ability to coordinate and fight back. For example, in Iraq, during the 2003 invasion, these bombs were instrumental in taking out underground facilities that housed crucial military infrastructure. The ability to reach these deeply buried targets quickly became a defining feature of modern air campaigns. But here's the thing, the bombs of the past, while effective, were pretty crude compared to what we have today. Back then, it was all about packing as much explosive power as possible into a single bomb and hoping it did the job. They were big, loud, and messy. Fast forward to now, and the game has changed entirely. Modern bunker busters are precision tools. They're designed not just to explode, but to penetrate layers of reinforced concrete, steel, and earth with pinpoint accuracy. Advanced guidance systems, like laser and GPS technology, ensure these bombs hit their target within meters, even from thousands of feet in the air. And the materials used, super hard steel casings and delayed fuses, allow them to penetrate deeply before detonating. It's like comparing a sledgehammer to a surgical scalpel. So, why is all this important today? Well, in modern warfare, underground bunkers aren't just relics of the past. They're more critical than ever. Think about it. These fortified structures are used to protect high-value assets like weapons, intelligence, and command personnel. Whether it's a rogue state safeguarding its nuclear arsenal or a militant group hiding strategic assets, bunkers provide a shield against conventional attacks. That's why bunker-busting technology remains so vital. It's not just about brute force. It's about strategy, precision, and ensuring that even the most secure targets can't escape. In a world where conflicts often revolve around who has the better technology, bunker-busting bombs symbolize more than just destruction. They represent the ongoing race between defense and offense, the constant push and pull of building stronger bunkers and creating bombs that can break through them. And as we look at the evolution of these weapons, from the earthquake bomb of World War II to today's GBU-72. One thing is clear: the ability to reach and destroy hidden targets remains a cornerstone of military power. The science behind the power. These aren't just ordinary explosives dropped from the sky. They're marvels of engineering, designed to hit the most fortified targets with precision and power. To understand how these bombs work, you've got to look at how they're built, what's inside them, and the advanced tech that makes them so effective. Imagine trying to punch through a steel wall with your bare hands. It's not going to happen. Now imagine having a tool designed specifically for that purpose, made of the hardest materials possible. That's essentially what a bunker buster is. These bombs are encased in ultra-hard steel casings, which allow them to withstand tremendous impact without deforming. When these bombs hit their target, they don't just explode on the surface like traditional bombs. Instead, they use their specially designed casing to cut through layers of earth, concrete, or even reinforced steel before detonating. But there's more to it than just the casing. The way these bombs use kinetic energy is genius. By dropping them from high altitudes, they pick up incredible speed as they fall, converting their potential energy into kinetic energy. Think of it like dropping a hammer from a rooftop versus tapping it gently on the ground. The force generated by the speed of the bomb allows it to punch deep into the target, sometimes up to 10 meters of reinforced concrete or 45 meters of compacted earth before it even explodes. This is why high-altitude bombers like the B-2 Spirit or the F-15E Strike Eagle are often used to deploy these weapons. They provide the height needed to maximize the bomb's destructive potential. Now let's take a look inside the bomb. The explosives themselves are nothing short of extraordinary. Most modern bunker busters, like the GBU-72, use a composition called tridal, which is made up of 80% TNT and 20% aluminum powder. TNT, as you probably know, is incredibly powerful on its own. But when you add aluminum powder to the mix, you get a compound that burns hotter and releases more energy upon detonation. The result? A massive explosion capable of generating shock waves that are just as deadly as the physical blast itself. These shock waves are crucial because they don't just destroy what's in the immediate vicinity of the bomb. They ripple through the surrounding material, weakening walls, collapsing bunkers, and killing targets, even if they're not in direct contact with the blast. It's like throwing a rock into a pond. The ripples spread out far beyond the point of impact. But all that power would be useless if the bomb couldn't hit its target with pinpoint accuracy. That's where guidance systems come in. Modern bunker busters typically use either laser-guided or GPS-guided systems, and each has its strengths. Laser guidance relies on a laser beam aimed at the target, either from the aircraft dropping the bomb or from a ground-based system. The bomb's seeker tracks this laser and adjusts its trajectory to hit the mark. It's highly accurate but can be thrown off by bad weather or heavy smoke. GPS-guided bombs, on the other hand, don't rely on visual tracking. They use satellite navigation to pinpoint their target, ensuring accuracy even in harsh weather conditions or when visibility is poor. The GBU-72 combines these systems to offer the best of both worlds, making it nearly impossible to miss its target. Then, there's the delayed fuse, a small but vital piece of technology that determines exactly when the bomb will detonate. Traditional fuses operate on a fixed timer, which works fine in some scenarios, but doesn't adapt to the complexities of real-world targets. Enter the smart fuse, a game-changer in modern warfare. This advanced system uses sensors to measure factors like pressure, vibration, and material density in real time. It ensures the bomb detonates at just the right depth to maximize its impact. For example, if the bomb is targeting a bunker 10 meters underground, the fuse will trigger only after penetrating those 10 meters, ensuring the explosion happens exactly where it's needed. Imagine this scenario. A heavily fortified bunker is buried under layers of reinforced concrete. A GBU-72 is released from a stealth bomber at high altitude. As it falls, it gathers immense speed, its steel casing cutting through the air like a bullet. Upon impact, it smashes through 10 meters of concrete as if it were paper. The sensors in its smart fuse detect the exact moment it's reached the desired depth. Then, and only then, the explosives detonate, sending a shockwave that ripples through the entire structure, collapsing walls, destroying equipment, and neutralizing any personnel inside. The target is obliterated with surgical precision, and the mission is a success. Why the GBU-72 stands out. If there's one weapon that's caught everyone's attention in the world of modern warfare, it's the GBU-72 Advanced 5K Penetrator. This bomb isn't just an upgrade, it's a complete redefinition of what a bunker buster can do. Let me walk you through what makes it so special. The GBU-72 is designed to penetrate up to 45 meters of compacted earth, or 10 meters of reinforced concrete. That's about 30% more penetration capability than its predecessor, the GBU-28, which was already considered a heavyweight in the world of bunker busting. Imagine being able to dig through 10 meters of rock-solid concrete, essentially the equivalent of 3 stories of a heavily fortified building, before delivering its explosive payload. This kind of power isn't just impressive, it's revolutionary. It means that no bunker, no matter how deep or reinforced, is truly safe from this weapon. Now, what's remarkable is that the GBU-72 manages to deliver this enhanced capability while being lighter than previous models. At 5,000 pounds, it's significantly more versatile than the older GBU-28, which weighed a hefty 4,400 pounds, but lacked the same compatibility. This lighter weight might not seem like a big deal, but it opens up a world of possibilities for deployment. The GBU-72 can now be used with a wider range of aircraft, making it far more flexible and practical for various combat scenarios. Speaking of aircraft, the GBU-72 pairs perfectly with some of the most advanced planes in the U.S. arsenal. It can be deployed from fighters like the F-15E Strike Eagle, stealth bombers such as the B-2 Spirit, and even the new generation B-21 Raider. These aircraft are designed for precision and stealth, allowing the GBU-72 to be delivered to its target with pinpoint accuracy. For instance, the B-2 Spirit, with its near invisibility to radar, can fly deep into enemy territory and release the GBU-72 without being detected. Meanwhile, the B-21 Raider, expected to become operational soon, will take this capability even further, offering unmatched efficiency in deploying such advanced weaponry. But what really sets the GBU-72 apart isn't just its specifications, it's the proof of its effectiveness in real-world testing. In 2021 and 2022, the bomb underwent rigorous trials, and the results were nothing short of extraordinary. These tests demonstrated not only its ability to hit deeply buried targets with surgical precision, but also its adaptability to various combat conditions. Whether it was poor weather, electronic interference, or high-speed deployment, the GBU-72 proved itself capable of overcoming these challenges. By 2025, the U.S. military plans to fully deploy this bomb, integrating it into their arsenal for real-world operations. So, what does this mean for the battlefield? The GBU-72's strategic impact is massive. Its primary targets include underground command centers, weapon stockpiles, and even key leadership bunkers. Imagine a deeply buried facility housing enemy leaders, coordinating attacks, and storing vital intelligence. Traditional bombs might leave it unscathed, but the GBU-72 can cut through layers of reinforced protection to neutralize the threat. And it doesn't just destroy infrastructure, it disrupts the enemy's ability to plan, communicate, and execute strategies. This kind of precision targeting can change the course of a conflict, making it a weapon of both destruction and psychological warfare. Beyond its physical power, the GBU-72 sends a message to adversaries. It's a reminder that no amount of fortification can guarantee safety. To allies, it's a demonstration of the U.S.'s commitment to maintaining technological superiority in modern warfare. And to the global community, it's a symbol of the ever-evolving nature of military technology. What's truly fascinating about the GBU-72 is how it combines raw power with advanced technology to create something more than just a bomb. It's a precision tool designed for the complexities of modern conflict. Whether it's used to take out a high-value target deep underground or to neutralize critical infrastructure, the GBU-72 proves that the U.S. military isn't just keeping up with the times, it's leading the way. The strategic impact of the GBU-72. One of the most critical roles of the GBU-72 is its ability to neutralize global threats. Countries like North Korea and Iran rely heavily on underground bunkers to protect their most valuable assets. These bunkers aren't just hiding places, they're fortresses designed to shield nuclear programs, weapon stockpiles, and command centers from conventional attacks. For decades, These underground facilities gave adversaries a sense of invulnerability. With the GBU-72, that illusion is shattered. This bomb can penetrate up to 45 meters of compacted earth or 10 meters of reinforced concrete, making it capable of reaching deeply buried targets that were previously considered untouchable. For North Korea, this means its underground missile silos and command centers are no longer safe. For Iran, it raises questions about the security of its nuclear enrichment sites buried deep underground. The mere presence of such a weapon forces these nations to rethink their strategies, knowing that their most protected assets could be destroyed in a single strike. But the GBU-72 doesn't just work on a physical level, it has a profound psychological impact as well. Think about it. Even if this bomb isn't deployed, its very existence changes the game. Adversaries know it's there, and that knowledge alone can be a powerful deterrent. Why invest millions in building fortified bunkers if they can't withstand a GBU-72 strike? Why rely on underground defenses when they can be breached with precision? The psychological edge this weapon provides is invaluable. It forces enemies to second-guess their strategies and redirects their resources to alternative defenses that may not be as effective or practical. The GBU-72 also plays a key role in countering tunneling tactics, a strategy often used in asymmetric warfare. Groups like Hamas in Gaza have relied on extensive tunnel networks to hide weapons, move personnel, and launch surprise attacks. These tunnels are designed to evade traditional aerial or ground assaults, making them a persistent challenge for military forces. The GBU-72, however, changes the equation. Its deep penetration capabilities allow it to collapse tunnel networks with pinpoint accuracy, neutralizing a critical advantage for groups relying on underground tactics. This doesn't just weaken their operations, it also sends a message that no hiding place is safe. On the broader stage, the GBU-72 fits seamlessly into U.S. strategies in modern geopolitics, particularly in contested regions like the South China Sea. This area has become a flashpoint for territorial disputes, with countries like China building artificial islands and fortifying them with underground bunkers. These facilities are designed to project power and secure China's claims over disputed waters. The GBU-72 offers a way to counter these defenses, ensuring that the U.S. and its allies retain the ability to challenge fortified positions in these critical regions. Its precision and power make it an essential tool for maintaining balance in areas where conventional weapons might fall short. The bomb's strategic value isn't limited to the South China Sea. It can be used in other conflict zones where fortified defenses play a major role. Think about disputed territories where underground facilities house critical command structures or stockpiles of advanced weapons. The GBU-72 provides the U.S. military with a reliable way to neutralize these threats without committing large-scale ground forces or risking prolonged conflict. What's truly remarkable about the GBU-72 is its versatility. It's not just a weapon of destruction, it's a tool of influence. It forces adversaries to adapt, redirects their resources, and puts pressure on their strategies. At the same time, it gives the U.S. and its allies a significant advantage, allowing them to strike critical targets with precision while minimizing collateral damage. Challenges and controversies. One of the biggest issues is the ethical concern over the potential for civilian casualties. Think about where many underground bunkers are located. In urban or densely populated areas, these bunkers are often built near civilian infrastructure, such as schools, hospitals, or residential buildings, either intentionally as a shield or out of necessity. When a bomb as powerful as the GBU-72 is used in these environments, the chances of collateral damage skyrocket. Even with its precision, the bomb's immense explosive power can cause shock waves and structural collapses that extend well beyond the intended target. This raises tough questions. How do you justify the use of such a weapon if innocent lives are at risk? And how do you balance the need to neutralize a critical threat with the responsibility to minimize harm to civilians? Another challenge is the operational limitations of bunker-busting bombs, like the GBU-72. These bombs are incredibly heavy, about 5,000 pounds each. That kind of weight isn't easy to handle, especially for smaller aircraft. In many cases, only one bomb can be carried at a time, which limits the ability to strike multiple targets in a single mission. For smaller fighter jets, deploying the GBU-72 might not even be an option. This means you need specific types of aircraft, like the B-2 Spirit or F-15E Strike Eagle, to get the job done. But even with these advanced aircraft, there's a logistical trade-off. Do you dedicate a high-value bomber to carry one bomb, or do you opt for a payload with multiple smaller weapons that can hit a wider range of targets? These are the kinds of calculations military planners have to make. And then there's the issue of intelligence. For a bomb like the GBU-72 to be effective, you need to know exactly where the target is and what's inside. Precision is key, not just in how the bomb is deployed, but also in ensuring the target is legitimate. If the intelligence is flawed, say the bunker turns out to be empty or used for non-military purposes, you've wasted a highly expensive and specialized weapon. Worse, you might have caused unnecessary damage and potentially harmed civilians. This makes the role of intelligence agencies and satellite surveillance absolutely critical. But as history has shown, even the best intelligence can sometimes get it wrong. The global arms race is another controversy tied to weapons like the GBU-72. The development of advanced bunker busters has led to a constant push and pull between building better defenses and creating stronger offensive tools to counter them. Countries like North Korea and Iran, which rely heavily on underground bunkers, are already investing in deeper and more reinforced structures to withstand attacks from weapons like the GBU-72. On the flip side, nations like the US are working on bombs with even greater penetration capabilities. This arms race doesn't just escalate military spending, it also increases global tensions. As each side tries to outdo the other, the risk of conflict rises, and the line between deterrence and provocation becomes increasingly blurred. Finally, let's talk about environmental and collateral damage, an often overlooked consequence of bunker-busting bombs. The GBU-72's massive explosions can cause significant structural damage, not just to the intended target, but also to the surrounding area. Imagine the aftermath of a bomb penetrating 10 meters of concrete or 45 meters of earth. The resulting shock waves can destabilize nearby buildings, disrupt local ecosystems, and leave behind craters that take years to repair. In urban areas, this kind of destruction can displace entire communities and create long-term economic and environmental challenges. And it's not just the immediate damage. There's also the question of unexploded ordnance and the lingering effects of explosives on soil and water quality. These are the kinds of consequences that go far beyond the battlefield. The future of bunker-busting technology. Bunker-busting bombs have come a long way from their massive, brute force origins during World War II. Today, weapons like the GBU-72 represent the cutting edge of this technology. But as impressive as they are, the world of military innovation never stands still. The future of bunker-busting technology is shaping up to be even more advanced, versatile, and strategic. One of the most exciting directions is the development of smaller, more flexible options. Not every mission requires a massive bomb like the GBU-72, which weighs 5,000 pounds and is designed for the deepest, most fortified bunkers. Sometimes, a lighter and more adaptable weapon is the better choice. Enter the Blue 109, a smaller bunker-busting bomb that's already making waves. At around 2,000 pounds, the Blue 109 is half the size of the GBU-72, but still packs a serious punch. Its lighter weight means it can be carried by a wider range of aircraft, including versatile fighters like the F-15 and F-16. This opens up new possibilities for smaller, faster jets to engage in bunker-busting missions without needing heavy bombers or specialized aircraft. For tactical scenarios where multiple targets need to be hit quickly, the Blue 109 offers flexibility and efficiency, making it an ideal option for modern air forces. But the future isn't just about making bombs smaller, it's also about making them smarter. Imagine a bunker buster equipped with AI-guided systems, capable of analyzing its environment in real time and adjusting its trajectory for maximum precision. While today's bombs already have impressive guidance systems like GPS and laser targeting, AI could take this to the next level. For example, an AI-guided bomb could use onboard sensors to detect subtle changes in material density as it penetrates a target, ensuring it detonates at exactly the right depth. This level of adaptability could be a game changer, especially in complex or unpredictable combat scenarios. And it's not just the guidance systems that are evolving. Future bunker busters are likely to feature stronger, lighter casings made from advanced materials like carbon composites or next-generation alloys. These materials would allow bombs to penetrate deeper while reducing their overall weight, further expanding their deployment options. For example, a bomb with a lighter casing could be deployed from higher altitudes or even from drones, adding an entirely new dimension to aerial warfare. The combination of AI guidance and advanced materials could make bunker busters not only more effective, but also more versatile and cost-efficient. Of course, these advancements don't happen in a vacuum. The development of bunker-busting technology has profound international implications, especially in the context of global power dynamics. On one hand, these weapons strengthen the military capabilities of nations that possess them, giving them a significant edge in conflicts where underground bunkers play a key role. On the other hand, their existence raises questions about arms control and the escalation of military tensions. For example, how do you regulate weapons designed to breach the most secure facilities when their very purpose is to counter fortified defenses? And how do you prevent an arms race where nations compete to build deeper bunkers and more powerful bombs, perpetuating a cycle of escalation? These questions are especially relevant as more nations seek to develop their own versions of bunker-busting technology. Adversaries are already responding by investing in stronger and deeper underground facilities. For example, North Korea has reportedly been working on super-deep bunkers designed to withstand even the most powerful bombs. Similarly, Iran continues to expand its network of underground facilities to protect its military assets and nuclear programs. To counter these developments, bunker-busting bombs will need to evolve even further, pushing the boundaries of penetration and precision. But it's not just about making better bombs. Adversaries are also exploring countermeasures. For instance, advanced anti-aircraft systems could make it harder for bombers to get close enough to deploy their payloads. Electronic warfare tactics, like jamming GPS signals, could disrupt the guidance systems of bunker busters. And then, there's the possibility of decoy bunkers, structures designed to lure bombs away from actual targets, wasting expensive munitions on less critical sites. These countermeasures add another layer of complexity to the arms race, requiring continuous innovation to stay ahead. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.